to take the drink out of the bag.
That's a classic right there.
What does I got 5 on it mean?
It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs. It's a dope song. Don't do drugs.
Get in rhythm. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so I think before I even start this, I think we're all aware that the director of this film, Us, is the same director as the film Get Out. I mean, that is the reason why most people are going to go and see Us, right? So I watched Get Out again a couple of nights ago. I just wanted to get a feel for the director's sort of style, the sort of like films he makes again. Mainly because I hadn't seen it since it came out in the cinema, which was about 2 years ago, was it? And just before seeing the film, I went on to IMDb. I just had a quick scroll through the subject headings of the reviews, right? There was a lot of subject headings saying plot holes, plot holes, plot holes. I didn't actually read the reviews. I didn't want to because I didn't want to like ruin my impression of it, I suppose. So before I went in, I was quite aware that there was going to be probably possible plot holes in this film, which is a shame because there wasn't really any. I don't think there's any at all in Get Out. Okay, so Us begins and we're thrown into this scene from 1986 in Santa Cruz, which for some reason it reminded me of the Lost Boys, because I think that was filmed at Santa Cruz Fairground as well on the beach. And I think Lost Boys was filmed in 87, so it's just kind of about the same sort of time. But anyway, that first scene, those first scenes in the fairground in Santa Cruz kind of reminded me of Lost Boys. So something happens in 1986, which I can't tell you, obviously, it's going to ruin it if I do. And then we arrive in present day, where we meet the family of the little girl from 1986. Now she's all grown up, now she's got a family, and they're on vacation, going back to Santa Cruz again, to where we last saw the girl when she was a little girl, right? And once they're there in Santa Cruz, that's when the other family arrive and things go from there. So it was quite a slow start. I think the first 20 minutes, it felt like nothing was really happening. And it picks up, of course, when the other family arrive. It starts getting a bit more intense at that point. And because they're using the same actors throughout the film, it's like there's some really good action in the film. There's some great dynamics between the characters. And the cinema, when I went to see it, I think it was the first screening of the day, and the cinema was packed. I'm guessing it's because Get Out was so successful. But I have to say, at this point, there are some plot holes in there. There's 3 really, really heavy major ones. As the film goes on, apart from those intense scenes, there's lots of aggressive, violent, those sort of scenes are quite full on. But the rest of it is a little flat. There's a lot of humour in this, but I think because there's constant humour throughout the film, and it's kind of in all the wrong places, that kind of takes away the urgency of the situation. I'm guessing the filmmaker was trying to make this a bit more like kind of like real life, probably what we would do in real life, how we would react. But in terms of the film, it just kind of just left it a bit flat, so there's just humour in the wrong places sometimes. It's a clever film though, and it's got a good twist in it. It was funny because just as they're getting to the point of the film where the twist arrives, there's actually like a food sign behind the main character saying something twists or something. I don't know if that's if that was actually supposed to be, that was by accident, I don't know, but I thought it was just very funny. I thought it's one of those things to look out for. So when you see that sign saying, I can't remember what it was, something twists, but that's telling you the twist is kind of on its way. But like I say, it's clever, it's got a good twist, but the pace, the length of the film, because it's like 2 hours long, the pace, the length of the film, and those plot holes left the film quite unfulfilling. In that I just walked out the cinema not really knowing if it was a good film or a bad film. And because it's not a good film and it's not a bad film, and a lot of people are going to go and see this, the only thing I can really say is don't go in thinking too much about the plot, and definitely don't go in thinking it's going to be on the same level as Get Out, because it's not. If you're going to see this, just go in, switch off, enjoy it, and like I say, don't think too much of it. Try not to rack your brains around why this is happening or why that didn't happen. Just go in and enjoy it, and you'll probably enjoy it a lot more than I did.